Hello, hello, and welcome to Rock Paper Swords, the historical action and adventure podcast. My name is Matthew Harvey.
And my name is Stephen A. Mackay.
We have some big news for you. Well, big news for us, and for those of you who might be writing a book or even have written one already. Stephen and I are publishing an ebook together under the Rock Paper Swords banner. So, what is it called, Stephen?
Do you not know?
I would like you to tell everybody listening, all
It's
two of them.
It's called Tips for Writing, Publishing and Marketing Your Novel. And this is a description of the book.
That sounds amazing. Shall I read the description?
Yes.
Get ready to turn your writing dreams into reality with tips for writing, publishing, and marketing your novel by best-selling historical fiction authors Matthew Harvey and Stephen A. Mackay. Between them, Harvey and Mackay have published over 30 books, and they also co-host Rock Paper Swords, the action and adventure podcast. From the initial spark of an idea to navigating the complex landscape of publishing, this easy-to-read guide provides a roadmap for aspiring and seasoned writers alike. Learn the ins and outs of both the traditional and self-published routes with invaluable advice on finding your audience, getting reviews, and managing pre-orders, giveaways, and promotions. If you decide to seek literary representation, there is practical advice on how to go about querying agents. Discover techniques for keeping your book in the spotlight long after its release. Plus, find out all about a surprisingly accessible path to translating your work into other languages and reaching international audiences. Whether you're a novice or a veteran of the writing world, Tips for Writing, Publishing and Marketing Your Novel is an indispensable companion for every author's journey.
That sounds bloody amazing, Matthew.
I know it does. It costs £2.99 in the UK and a similar price worldwide. What's the exchange rate for the USA right now, Stephen?
It'll be about $3.72 in the USA.
Oh, nice. And it's free with Kindle Unlimited.
But as a special thank you to our top fans or producers on Patreon, you can get this amazing book for free.
Free?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. That's the book. If you're looking to publish your book soon, if you've written one, or if you've already written a book, or if you've written many books, but you're looking at ways of improving, how you market them online and how you get them out there, and all the rest of the stuff we've talked about in the description, then you could do worse than searching up tips for writing, publishing, and marketing your novel on Amazon, where it will be exclusively, and have a look. It's cheap, as we said, and it's out on... What date is it out, Stephen?
25th of April, Thursday. So instead of getting an episode next week, which you wouldn't get anyway, you'll get this book.
Yeah, so go off and download it and have a read and see what you think. Let us know.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes, but you can search for either of our names, and I would imagine it will tally up by the time the book's out. You should be able to find it that way. But I mean, I've got Kindle Unlimited, Matthew, and
have you?
Yes, and I find it really useful for things like this because obviously, it's not exactly free. I know that annoys some people whether you say that it's free because you have to pay a tenner a month or something for the subscription. But it's just, you can read as many books as you like. So I quite often dip into books that I would not otherwise have paid for. And I've had a lot of good advice from self-help books and how to market your book and all that kind of stuff just through Kindle Unlimited, so it's worth checking out.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed people like this one and have a read. It would be great to... It's the first time I've ever published anything non-fiction. How about you?
No, I had a couple of articles actually. One was about the ghosts of Dumbarton Castle.
Oh.
And another was about UFOs in a UFO magazine.
Well, that is fiction, isn't it? Ghosts and UFOs.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. Anyway, on that note, let's draw a veil over your weirdness. But do you want to quickly plug your other podcast?
Yes, I've got a new podcast called Mysterious Events with Stephen A. Mackay, and I had to add the with Stephen A. Mackay because somebody stole the title on YouTube literally a day after I'd put up my welcome
Yeah, yeah.
to video. Somebody
I
else
thought
took
I
the
thought
name.
you added that because everybody thought that it was me and that was going to do it, and they were sort of looking forward to hearing my voice. But then when it was you, you had to sort of let them down gently.
No,
So you'd rather let them know up front that it's just
I
you
think people
doing it.
prefer the Scottish accent, Matthew, to your
Oh,
plummy
oh.
English spoon in mouth
They like
tones.
your people. Well, certain types of people like the rough Scottish brogue. I think, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
Sort of a bit of
Clever
rough
people.
on their podcast. But anyway, it's very good. I've listened to the first 2 episodes, and it's jolly good, I
Excellent.
would
Yeah, the
say.
first one's about Cindy James, who we've
Yeah.
mentioned on this podcast before when we had Robin Walter
We
on.
have. I can do the
Yes,
voice.
yes.
Yeah.
Soon Cindy, isn't it? What is it?
Yeah, something
Dead
that's
Meat
horrible. Yeah.
Cindy, soon, that's it.
Dead meat Cindy. Yeah.
And the second episode was about Burlesque House and Alistair Crowley and Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, this is something you and I have in common, that we both like Led Zeppelin and both interested in Aleister Crowley as well. Not those two things are not linked. I didn't become interested in Aleister Crowley through the Led Zeppelin link and the Jimmy Page
Yeah,
link.
you were
But
already
I have
into
read. Well,
Satanism.
I've read, yes, I was into Satanism. No, I wasn't, but I've read biographies
Yeah.
and things like that, and I've got interested in him as a person,
Yeah.
as an interesting character of the 19th and 20th century.
He's an interesting character, but the second episode is only really about the house. It's not so much about Crowley,
Yeah.
it's more about the legend around Burlesque itself. And the third episode will hopefully be out in a couple of weeks as well. So find me on YouTube or, again, whatever podcast service you use for Rock, Paper, Swords. I'm on there as well, probably. Mysterious Events with Stephen A. Mackay.
Yeah,
Check it out.
check it out.
That sounds bloody amazing, Matthew.
I know. Thank you. It costs £2.99 in the UK. I'm very bad. I'm glad I'm better at writing than I am at reading a script. It costs £2.99 in the UK and a similar price worldwide. What's the exchange rate for the USA right now, Matt?
You're a dick. Did you not see that?
I did. But you told me not to edit on the fly. You said I'm not allowed to edit as I
You
read.
can do it for that. Jesus Christ.
It does sound bloody amazing, doesn't it? It costs £2.99 in the UK and a similar price worldwide. What's the exchange rate for the USA right now, Stephen?
It'll be £3. Fuck. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh dear. Oh, oh.